I want someone who will close the border, which he has. I want someone who will keep boys out of my daughter's sports, which he has. I want someone who will stand up to the insane DEI policies so that white kids will stop hearing in school that they're born with some original sin from which they cannot recover, which he has.
Mike mother effing drop. Talking about us, and that's what I'm saying. You talking about Cook? Ah.
I just want to understand something clearly. Donald Trump was found liable for sexual abuse in a civil court. He's been accused by many women. You don't believe any of that?
I think the most serious thing I've heard about him has been the E. Jean Carroll allegation that he sexually assaulted her in a Bergdorf dressing room. And I don't believe one word of that.
There's
Not
many,
one word.
there are other women who have said.
I know, I've interviewed some of them. But look, the things I heard were included things like he got handsy on an airplane. Now, I don't know whether that happened or it didn't, but do I find that a deal breaker for a possible politician? Not really. At least I reported on their stories and did them the courtesy of bringing them to air in front of millions of people and let the audience make up its mind. My problem is more with these Democrats who will bury these allegations against their candidates or their candidate spouses and then play holier than thou when they're looking at Donald Trump. You have to understand, like, if you haven't sold your soul, you have to be willing to criticize the people, even that you admire, on your quote side. And my owning my bias by going out there on stage with Donald Trump and saying, I'm voting for him and you should too, is a bonus when it comes to my credibility. Now, everybody has zero doubt about where I stand, and they can filter everything I say through the appropriate lens. What typically happens in journalism is they say they have no bias, and then they just work it out in the printed word or on their shows without owning it. But the audience knows it, and it creates a distrust and a divide. When it comes to Trump and me, no, my own personal opinion is most of the allegations against him are much more complicated than the mainstream media would have you believe. And I don't think Donald Trump is a rapist or a sexual assaulter. I do think he's taken inappropriate liberties with women and gotten handsy with them in a way he's owned himself. Okay. Years ago when he was a celebrity, and it is what it is. That's the past. But it's just about so much more than that. We are talking about how many people dying at the southern border because of the invasion that we've suffered under Joe Biden. We're talking about Laken Riley, whose killer was let in under Biden. We put him on a taxpayer flight down to Georgia where he murdered her. I don't give a about Trump getting handsy with somebody 20 years ago. I want someone who will close the border, which he has. I want someone who will keep boys out of my daughter's sports, which he has. I want someone who will stand up to the insane DEI policies so that white kids will stop hearing in school that they're born with some original sin from which they cannot recover, which he has.
Mike mother effing drop. Talking about us, and that's what I'm saying. You talking about Cook? Ah.
I mean, she pretty much said exactly what I said. That woman and the mainstream media will sit there and just, I'm talking about Kamala, will sit there and talk about how much it is a problem about Donald Trump with these women and all of this stuff. Like, they know what go on with celebrities. Okay, they know what go on with men with money. They know what goes on. Kamala knows. Okay, because she was
a part of that.
She was back and forth with a lot of celebrity men. She knows. Okay, so it just pisses me off that they try to act like they don't know. And then two, I don't care. I don't care what they do in their personal lives. As long as they're not like, killing people or actually R-ing people, I don't care. That's their business. I don't care who they're sleeping with. I don't care if they're gay, straight, whatever. What are you doing with my taxes? That's what I care about.
Another Mike damn drop. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't even gotta say nothing now. Mike drop.
Because it's stupid.
That's true.
It's stupid. But she's right about another thing, the hiding of the stories. I did a story on Dougie, backhand Dougie, right? And this is before I even heard about it, quote unquote, on the mainstream. I think I might have saw one time Fox covered it, just once. That was it. Didn't see it again.
Of course, they're not going to show it again. I don't know, because it probably lost steam. It probably didn't have that many people interested in it.
No,
Like,
because the people that would have been interested in it didn't. So the liberal media did not play it. And then I remember Scott Jennings brought it up one time. It was like, oh, you don't know that. The woman filed charges, like actual criminal charges. She said that she got, and no offense, but when they're young, the white girls be really skinny, really small. So about a 115, nice and skinny. She
did you say
said
she had a white girl butt?
no, I didn't say nothing about butt now. I said slim. I was
You
talking
said
about
no, because when this
nice and petite. See, now you get into. I never said nothing.
Okay, my
I
bad.
didn't say nothing about no bush blonde. I didn't say nothing about that. Stop. You trying to start trouble. You trying to get me canceled.
We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.
Ain't no such thing as getting canceled. Look at Kanye.
Facts. But no, because white women tend to be slimmer. Okay. So you got Big Dougie over here backslapping a young white girl. She said she spat all the way around.
That was a hard damn smack. That was a good smack. That was a good smack right there. I mean, I hate
The valet
say
said
that,
he
lady.
saw it. The friend said he saw it. They sent emails, all of that. They had receipts.
That's a good smack. Like if you get somebody to spin once with a smack, come on, that's legendary. He gotta have one of the top 5 slaps of all time.
Look, even Renee says slim, 115 pounds, blonde, size 7. You 5'7", you know the look. Okay. That's 99%. Okay.
I see you showing off, Renee.
I know my other half.
I see you showing off, Renee. Talking about, I'm gonna forward that to you. I'm gonna forward that to hubby. You don't be putting your dad.
Renee said that was me. Trust me, exactly. When they young and they start, I know. Come on, the same with black women when they're younger.
Yeah,
that
is true.
So this
Slim
was
and
a
curvy.
young white girl.
He slapped the hell out of her.
Yes. Come on, stop. But y'all didn't do any. Y'all didn't put that woman up. Y'all didn't say anything about that woman. Why? Because she was white.
It's not interesting anymore. It's like if it was black, please, that would have what? Nah, they didn't talk about that.
Yeah. So that's what Megyn Kelly's talking about.
I love everything that she said.
Put it up there. They don't put it up there. Hunter Biden, they said it was Russian disinformation, right? Like we don't know what Hunter Biden looks like. I don't care how good AI is. That was Hunter Biden.
That was Hunter Biden. That was definitely Hunter with that crack and with that gat.
Yeah. Did you see the CBS story about the CBS report? Now, CBS is liberal, but they still have actual journalists that work for them. And the CBS reporter, she kept it on a flash drive and she got fired from CBS for trying to push the story.
Wow. I did not know that.
Yeah, I did a whole story on that. CBS fired this woman and she's like, look, I still got it on his heart. She was like, I got everything on here. And she said none of the news networks will run it.
Wow. Did she end up selling it to somebody or something?
Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it.
Oh, everybody already saw it. Everybody ever seen it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
if you go to X, you probably will see it. And CBS reporter and Hunter Biden. When I tell you these people have tried and tried again, the liberal media won't play it. They won't hear of it. But it's all kinds of stuff on there. Drugs, women, girls.
Wow. This world is nasty. There's a whole lot of stuff going on.